Well, hello there, my Piscean collective sun, moon, rising sign. How are you? Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this new moon to full moon next. I am your reader, Pisces Moon, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. Please call me Mal. My friends usually do. President of DrawingTheCircle Productions, professional wish, professional intuitive, and damn happy to be here doing this work for you all. You are the last sign. You know, I'm a Virgo, but I'm a Pisces moon, born on a full moon. So, you know, I like to do things in order. So forgive me. Someday maybe I'll reverse it, you know, or I'll pick them at random or something, but not for a quickie. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Trying to get my numbers up for super live chat. I want to do super live chat for some reason. I don't know. It's an intuitive thing. You get me, Pisces. To my subscribers, thank you so much. You're helping me reach my goal, which is just going to be so much fun for all of us. I promise that. I'm always a good time. Even when I'm not a good time, I'm still a good time. So, keep in mind, this is a collective read. It may not be for everybody. That's why I'm doing sun, moon, and rising signs for this series, or have done. This is the last one. So you can get the pieces of the puzzle. So if this one doesn't resonate, just leave it. Go look at your others. And these are quickies in the sense I'm trying to keep them under 20 minutes. I think I went over once on that for this one, but it was needed. So we're going to be pulling 5 cards, one from each of 5 different decks. The decks are in the description box below, as well as links for my books that I've written, my website. A lot of cool, fun stuff down there. Go have a look-see. But we're going to start with a Caroline Myss archetype card for you. So ready? Ground and center. Take a deep breath. Put your hand on your heart. Whatever you got to do. Here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, my own included, obviously being a Pisces moon. Please, one card in clarity for this Piscean collective sun, moon, rising sign. Okay, kicked out. We're going to take it. What do they need for this new moon to full moon next? What is the dominant archetype that they need to alchemize from lead to gold, the soul power that they are developing, transforming from shadow to light? Ooh, we've got the thief archetype. Now, not what you think necessarily. It ain't just about stealing shit. It's also about what cannot be stolen from you. And I say this pretty much every time a tricky archetype comes up, like one that's more known for its shadow than its light. Because, like, what's the light of the thief? You'll see. I'll read what's written on this card once all 5 are out. But as dark as the shadow is as brilliant as the light, right? And vice versa, right? You know, some archetypes that you just think of, oh my God, it's so magnificent, but that means its shadow is just as dark, that it's balanced that way. So the thief, Tale of the Body Thief, I actually saw in a bookstore window when I went to Saratoga. Oh my God, that was a week ago. I drove up there last week. You know, I wasn't quite there yet, but yeah. So the Tale of the Body Thief, Anne Rice, great book. Let's ask the angels, shall we? Oh yeah, witching hour and all of that. Anne Rice. At least her vampires didn't sparkle. No offense. My angels, please, one card in clarity. There you are. For the Piscean collective sun, moon, rising sun, what do they need for this new moon to full moon next, considering the collective pantheon, say the need to look at the thief? What is it that they need, my angels? One voice for this Piscean collective sun, moon, rising Venus sign. What do they need this new moon to full moon next? Truth and integrity, bitch. Sorry, witch, please. Absolutely. Truth and integrity. And just to give, you know, like the first, as I get the cards down, I give you the intellectual. When I put them all together, it's all the intuitive. So divine masculine, then divine feminine. That's how I read. Virgo, then Virgo sun, then Pisces moon. Leo rising with purple hair. Thank you, Overtone Purple for brown hair. They're not sponsoring me. I hope they will someday, right? Integrity is about a solid foundation, something that has no cracks in it, something that is whole and complete and honorable. Like, you cannot have truth and integrity without honor, right? So, right, doesn't that throw the thief into a whole different perspective, how to alchemize that, like how to be honorable? An honorable thief? Is there such a thing? Well, Robin Hood, rob from the rich, give to the poor. Sort of a poor example, I have a feeling, for Piscean collective, but let's see what happens, Maid Marian. My gods, in particular two goddesses, Diana and Circe, sit in the dual throne of Pisces for me. My Pisces moon, goddesses, please. My gods, one card in clarity for this Piscean collective, sun, moon, rising sign for this new moon to full moon next. What does this Piscean collective need? One card in clarity, considering that the collective is saying the thief. Y'all are popping out quick. The collective is saying the thief archetype, need to address that, need to alchemize that. The angels are saying need truth and integrity. So what do the gods say? The Pisces card. Woo! Maiden of Cups. So look, I did a clarifying video. You check the playlists that I have. There's one called Clarifiers or Clarifying with Mal or something like that. I don't read court cards normally the way I see on YouTube. Yes, certainly this can be a Piscean person in your life, but since this is a Piscean read, right, it's talking more about that 12th house, the deep, mutable waters of emotion that connect us to the collective unconscious, right? The empathy part of it and the dualistic nature, really, of any sign. But, you know, there are certain signs that are just obviously dualistic. Gemini, right? Libra. Two sides, right? Two sides of the scale, Pisces. So to kind of feel that there's that dolphin shark thing, and the way that I look at the, right, like two fish, dolphin and shark. However, you know, they're mammals, not fish. But you get what I'm saying. I'm going for energy there, right? Well, that's mystic and addict, right? It's the light and the shadow of it. So a lot of emotions, feeling everything, but with truth in particular. Then we are talking about a level of intuition here. I'm already starting to go there into the divine. Circe is talking to me that there is certainly a depth of intuition here that is mystical, that is beyond just the human survival intuition of stay or go. This doesn't feel right. I'm out of here. I think I'm being lied to. This is about truth. This is about really, really sensing truth intuitively, emotionally, and knowing something that may be beyond words, right? It's just that knowing that truth. And you need to tap into that. Let's ask the masters. So just be careful. Chuck Spezzano's Love Pack. We love Pack. Baby, love Pack. Sorry, got Fred Schneider in my energy field now. Blessed be Fred. The Ascended Masters use this deck. They told me to use this deck because it's such a blend of like healing cards, that's one suit, grace cards, that's another suit, luck cards, the third suit, but then the fourth is the problems. There are more problem cards than, well, probably balances out, right? Half and half will to the others. So it's so important for us, even though I call them the womp womp cards, to address problems if and when they pop up in a reading, right? So much better to know, because Pisceans, of course we want to swim away from that shit, but sometimes we just got to swim into it because it's what's on the path, and that everything in the quantum hologram of this planet, from the fifth dimensional perspective, point of view, experience, all of it's here to help us. All of it's here to heal us, to guide us, to make us the best that we can be so that we can manifest our dreams. And the divine plan plays into that. And that's what I'm saying here. Like, there's something here beyond the usual scope of intuition into mystical experience, where you're developing something, you're tapping into, you're experiencing something, as I really feel is the right word here. That's part of the divine plan, and you're being brought into that. And the divine plan is better than anything we can even conceive of. It always works out that way if we play along, right? So the masters kind of know that bit of it more than the rest, I think, maybe. So please, my masters, one card in clarity for this Piscean collective, sun, moon, rising sign, for this new moon to full moon next. What do they need? Considering the collective is saying the thief, they need to look at the thief archetype. The angels are saying they need truth and integrity. The gods are saying there's something very Piscean, 12th house, mystical dealio going on here. So masters, what say you? What does this Piscean collective need for this new moon to full moon next? Rules. Now this is, interestingly enough, what I call a womp womp card, right? Rules. Law, rules and regulations to abide and obey. Look up the band Fuzzbox from the 80s, you'll see. This is about like the rules that we make in our minds, right? The laws that we create in our mind, the way things are. And really, we are limitless beings, right? We are souls that incarnated into these bodies to play the roles of the names that we have, right? So the soul in this body was chosen to play the role of Archangel Lyons in this life. I believe it was probably like an audition process. Like I went into whatever cloud that shit went down on. I went audition and I got the part. So I chose and was chosen. So here we are looking then at maybe not just those types of rules, like rules of conduct. Of course you want to keep your conduct clear no matter what is going on inside of you. Be kind, be polite. We'll see what that last card, that Whisper of Love deck, has to say. But there are just certain rules of engagement going on here. And some of your rules you may have transcended, like third dimensional rules. Yes, drive on the correct side of the road, right? Hold doors open for people. You know, whatever your spiritual process, practice, healing is, do it, right? Commit to it. There are certain guidelines and outlines, but the vibe that I'm getting from this, I know when I do the second pass, I will feel this more, but it's like there are some rules in place there that just do need to be broken, right? Because they're creating a dividing line between you and others, or at least you and one other. So let's ask the Whispers of Love here, shall we? For the higher selves of all involved, your higher self, my higher self, all of our higher selves. Totally had a Rocky Horror Picture Show flashback. Please, the Ascended Masters, the higher selves of all involved, Jungian slip. Please, the Ascended Masters, the guides, the masters, the higher selves of all involved, please, one card in clarity for this Piscean, there you are, sun, moon, rising sign, for this new moon to full moon next. What do we need? All right, gonna make it personal. Let's make it personal. What do we need? Considering the collective pantheons, all y'all saying the thief, right? The angels talking about truth and integrity. That's why Pisces with that Piscean card from the gods. Oh, right there, and with rules and regulations, yet with truth and integrity, please. One card of clarity for this Piscean collective sun, moon, rising sign. What do we need from this new moon to full moon next? Yay. Slow down. Slow down. Slow it down. Great. Down. I am both up with that and down with that at the exact same time. So this does make sense. Let me go through this. I'm going to read what's written on here. The Thief card. Now remember, light and shadow, lead and gold. You're trying to transform this stuff into this stuff. That's what we need to do. Light attribute. Sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Doesn't that just didn't that just open your heart? Because that's within all of us, the truth of who we are, right? Our potential wealth, right? The stuff that may not have manifested so much out in physical form, but that which is truly priceless, beyond our estimation and value of its worth, that can never be stolen, right? Whew, I feel that one straight to my core. That's why I said this has got such a great, powerful light. But now here's the shadow. Stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. So that's the thing. When you have the urge to steal something, take a breath. Here we go. Truth and integrity. Integrity, you already have access to that power within you. All the power lies within. Thank you, Grandma. Stitch it on a pillow, throw it on the couch. It's still true. Cliches, unfortunately, are mostly true. That's why they're annoying, right? So there's nothing that can be taken from you. You know, there's this thing about, I hear this thing about renewal and erosion. It's just the natural cycles of this world. All that rises falls, right? Something new comes in, renewal. Oh my God, that's so cool. And then it ages and then it erodes. And some of us love renewal and hate erosion. I'm one of those that kind of don't like erosion so much, right? Some people are the other way around. It's just how it plays. So to get that, none of that is our fault. Right? This is just how it's woven in, right? So regardless of what it is that you feel like maybe taken from you, or has been taken from you, or could be taken from you, as well as anything that you feel like you want to gain, have gained, or are gaining through renewal. None of it's your fault. You didn't make it happen to gain, and it's not your fault in the erosion. That's just the truth. That's the quantum model. And so the truth and integrity, whatever is being taken from you, it's not of your essential true potential, your true internal wealth. And I guess that Pisces card makes so much more sense in that context, because it's like, it's feeling your wholeness. And I'm looking at the digital clock. It's 3:53. I was born at 3:53 a.m. September 6th, 1968. Go ahead, run my chart, see if I fucking care. I know, I got a yod in my chart. It's impressive. He's got a big old yod. But that depth of mysticism, there's that feeling of that. But then we've got the rules. Now look, there may need be some rules put in place, some boundaries around that, right? In sense of, okay, what's my honor code? How do I walk this path of courage, being authentic, whole, and complete, knowing that the truth of who I am, my worth, my true wealth can never be stolen, right? There's some relaxation in that. There's a mystical shift as the subconscious accepts that deeper and deeper and deeper, so that we are truly freed. But, you know, it also means it's like, well, okay, then I'm going to watch my conduct. That I'm feeling is the best positive interpretation of this card. The negative is that past outdated rules are hemming you in. Now, as a Pisces, you can feel both ways. There's a picture of a fish on the TV screen. Okay, total sync, right? So if you're looking at, you know, the rules of the game, right? The game of life, how to play it, Florence Scovel Shinn. If you're, you know, looking at the societal rules, right? Then that's different. We all have to live according to certain societal rules and norms. But the negative side of this card, or I'll say what you need, is what do I need, really? What you need to look is like, look at your rules. Feel them out rather than just up here. Like, feel them out. Which ones no longer serve? And then you can certainly slow down. And to read here, when you are excited, you get ahead of yourself. Take some time to allow things to unfold. So no matter how you think by the rules things are supposed to go or not go, renewal, erosion, death, rebirth, crucifixion, resurrection, all of that stuff that just comes and goes like weather and bloat, right? It's not in our control. It never was. It never will be. And it's certainly not now. So go with the flow. Really, if something was stolen from you, it was time for it to go. Now, that sucks to hear that, but that's better than thinking you did something wrong. And eventually you can look at whoever stole it and go, well, then ultimately they didn't do anything wrong, because everything is here to help me. So it's showing me what cannot be stolen from me. My truth and my integrity cannot be stolen. Even if I've given it away, that can't really be taken from me ultimately in the truth of who I am. To feel that, to have that experience beyond words, to connect with that, keeping an eye on your rules, perhaps rewriting some, and doing all of that by what? Slowing down. Well, my lovely Pisceans, that is what I see what we need for this new moon to full moon next. Makes total sense to me, considering the weather is getting colder here. I do like to hibernate a little bit. So thank you so very much for watching. Again, please do like and subscribe. It's so helpful. I've noticed that when somebody comments on a video, like tens of more people see it. So feel free to comment, like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. But I'm going to end this reading as I have for the previous 11 with a blessing. Ready? Take a deep breath. Take this in. This is for me too. May the Piscean collective sun, moon, rising signs be blessed with all that they need in this new moon to full moon next. All that they need to grow, to heal, to learn, to experience their truth and integrity of what cannot be stolen from within them, to have that deep mystical experience, to move past the limiting rules and perhaps set new boundaries and guidelines and conduct as we go, as we slow our roll, as we slow down, and realize that this is not a race and that we are fine and exactly where we are in any given moment. Everything is here helping us for the well-being of all. And so it is. I love you, my fishies. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of this new moon to full moon next. But for now, hail, farewell, and blessed be.